storm has mostly subsided as the rain has stopped and the skies are now severely overcast. Each corner provides new dangers and obstacles for the remaining survivors. All of the friends in their own way try to handle the stress of having to constantly watch over their back. The survivors cannot take the chance of letting their guard down, not even for a second. Officer Rivers and Chris Herbert drive the two vehicles quickly through the streets of Lorne, avoiding obstacles at all cost. They are forced to run over some of the zombies as they do not have the ammo or time to deal with each one. The vehicles stop abruptly as they reach the front entrance of Lorne City Hall. Officer Rivers exits the first truck and runs up the ascending City Hall staircase and quickly realizes something is not right. Jamie Donahue, Chris Canoi, Lindsay Welby, and Chris Herbert follow closely behind him to see several walkers feasting on some of the City Hall survivors located on the entrance steps. Xander, Harvey, Stewardess Pennington, and Captain Jeffries catch the zombies off guard as they are focused on their victims. They use only a few bullets from each of their weapons to kill the creatures. Xander takes his katana out and stabs each one of the dead City Hall civilians in the head just to make sure they stay dead. Meanwhile, Chris Herbert, Chris Canoi, Jamie Donahue, and Officer Rivers climb the last steps to see water flowing steadily out of the lower seam of the City Hall front entrance doors. Rivers places his ear to the door and hears the faint sounds of moaning from the undead inside. The four survivors pound on the doors and push with all their might to try and force them open. The doors slowly open as the four members push against a foot or more of water from the inside. Matt BOMBERGER squeezes his head through the small open crevice and sees blood smeared on the walls and bodies lying lifeless on the floor, just 15 to 20 feet into the foyer. Just to the right-hand side of the foyer, Matt notices the staircase that led down to the sewer access hatch in the basement is completely flooded. A body floats against one of the staircase walls and looks like that of Roger, one of the mayor's security forces that was in charge of keeping the City Hall basement secured. Each of the members at the door immediately hear the piercing screams of the infected and watch as several maneuver through the water towards their position. Chris Herbert and Adam Bauman grab the entrance door handles and pull with all of their might to seal them shut. The several survivors outside of City Hall watch as Officer Rivers paces back and forth, trying to put the pieces together and understand how the City Hall building could have been flooded and become overrun with the undead. Officer Rivers suddenly yells out,
"Damn it! Damn it, Roger! Damn you!"
Captain Jeffries, Stewardess Pennington, and the others continue to watch Rivers as he rants.
"That moron must have left the sewer access hatch open after we all went down in the sewers. When the sewers flooded and we sealed those drainage doors to allow us to escape, it was only a matter of time before the water backed up into the City Hall basement and rushed topside with nothing stopping it."
I bet when they opened those entrance doors and tried to escape, the zombies rushed into the main entrance and overran the building. They probably never had a chance.
More than likely. No one ever travels to the basement of City Hall. The only reason Roger was watching the access hatch is because his uncle is the mayor. Who knows exactly what that fool did to allow the flooding, but by the time anyone saw the water seeping up on the first floor, a panic would have surely ensued. Those poor people here on the steps must have been some of the only ones who were able to make it outside. They were probably rushed by the undead and were unable to resecure the front doors.
Idiots! Why didn't they just go out the windows?
No, that wouldn't have been an option. All of the City Hall windows were sealed shut and barred a couple of years ago when we had some high crime elements vandalizing the city. These people never had a chance.
With the mayor and his remaining security force members dead, the team realizes that they're on their own. Xander, Captain Jeffries, Chris Herbert, and Jamie Donahue draw their weapons and defend each side of the three-way street, while Adam Welling and Stewardess Pennington grab their gas cans and begin refueling the trucks, hoping they have enough gas to make their journey to the jungle airstrip. Lindsay Welby and Harvey pull their walkie-talkies from the radio room searches, set them to channel 39, and divide them between the two vehicles. Captain Walker and Officer Rivers each enter one of the driver's seats as everyone else splits up and piles into the remaining seats. Captain Walker starts the engine and hits the gas pedal as he leads the survivors to the jungle airstrip.